It's Monday, January the 12th. Meteorologists Nadine, Powell, and Chris Murphy for Weather AM. Some of the weather headlines we're following: Newfoundland, Labrador, strong winds and a winter mix.
And we are wet on the BC coast, but the prairie's warm.
All right, in Ontario and Quebec, you've got a chill down coming later this week. So that January thaw in the rear view mirror. All right, let's begin on the East Coast. Nadine, it was snowing in Paradise, Newfoundland, Labrador last night there.
Well, that has now changed over to some rain, Chris. You can see this is some significant snowfall. They've been on the receiving end of that, but you see there the radar showing us the rain on the Avalon. That bit of mixing in between and heavy snowfall is going to be the story to the west.
Yeah, this is a strengthening and powerful storm system, so it'll change all that mixed precipitation eventually to snow showers, but the western areas of the province and Cape Breton as well getting peppered by some heavy snow, and locally 15 to 50 centimeters of snow, much lesser amounts in eastern Newfoundland, Nadine, because of that, rain and mixing. But how about the wind?
And with those winds across the west, blizzard-like conditions all along the coast of Newfoundland there, we are seeing those winds gusting over 100 kilometers per hour throughout the day today.
So rough travel, Marine Atlantic not sailing today, and a lot of schools have been closed and there could be some power outages. All right, what a wild 72 hours across Ontario. Meanwhile, first of all, this was the scene yesterday. I love to fish, Nadine, but not that much. Fishing in the snow in the upper Niagara River. Well, you compare that Friday, it was record warmth with those 60 to 90 kilometer an hour winds. Then Saturday into the weekend between Ottawa and Quebec City, 10 to 15 centimeters of snow. And yesterday was much colder and blustery. So Nadine, my question to you is, what's happening next?
Well, Chris, all of that mild weather on the January thaw, like you said, that is going to be in the rearview mirror. Some light flurries for us today through Ottawa, Montreal, Central Ontario. Next system coming in on Tuesday will bring a rain-snow mix to the area, so that means mild.
Okay.
But then behind it, we've got lake effect and we've got temperatures dropping drastically. See here on Wednesday, minus 12 in Thunder Bay, still mild across the south, but watch Thursday's temperatures. They are into the minus double digits for us across the north and the south as well.
Temperatures plummeting like a Led Zeppelin. All right, let's go now towards the prairies, because what we have is some cold weather experiments here in Hartney, that frozen bubble. And then in Kelowna, it was very pleasant. You see that, some nice mix of sun and cloud, but the coast was a different story, getting aimed at all the way from Hawaii, the Pineapple State. Call this a Pineapple Express, and that is going to continue to bring heavy rain today, Nadine, but then it sort of lifts north and fizzles out. So it's really about today and tonight, the heavy rain, as a continuation from the weekend.
Yeah, so you see that heavy moisture lifting northward for us throughout the next couple of days. Central coast might pick up some rain and snow, but essentially the pattern is that ridge is building across the west.
Yeah.
So we've got our freezing levels rising for us through the next few days.
Melting snow on the mountains, and I certainly don't like to see that. So 75 to 100 millimeters potentially, like around the North Shore Mountains, but also around Metro Vancouver. You're under rainfall warnings, and even more for West Vancouver Island. Now, once that system clears out, there's going to be some low-lying fog trapped right at the surface. So you go up to the mountains, there'll be lots of sunshine, but we're expecting some foggy conditions for Metro Vancouver this week.
Speaking of sunshine, the prairie is gaining. Take a look at these temperatures. 14 degrees in Lethbridge for us as we head through today, and then heading into our Tuesday, we've got double digits for us, and you can see the pattern for us. Still mild in the prairies, shots of Arctic air, Chris, across the east.
Yes, but next week, and especially in the middle, the end of next week, winter returns. Lots of cold air, nearly coast to coast.